Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll wait for another 2 minutes for everyone to join, and then we will begin. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, so can somebody quickly tell me what did we do in the last class? We can have a quick revision and then we will begin.
Data screen on SPSS
Right.
data.
Yeah, absolutely correct. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen so that we can quickly revise whatever we had done in the last class, and then we'll quickly move ahead. And we will be analyzing the data in SPSS. As you all know, we had started in the last class. So I'll just share my screen. Right. So, okay. So as you all can see, we had in the last class learned quite a few things. We had learned how to open an already existing Excel sheet into SPSS, right? I hope all of you remember how to do it. You go to File and then you click on Open and then you click on Data, right? So that's how you bring an existing Excel file into SPSS, and this is the exact same file on which we had performed data screening in Excel as well, right? So we are trying to do those same operations, but this time in SPSS. So till last class, what I had told you was, I had told you how do you compute the descriptive statistics in SPSS. हम Excel में already कर चुके हैं. And you all would remember how do we do it? We go to analyze, we go to descriptive statistics, and then descriptives. And once you click on descriptives, you can choose whatever descriptive statistics you want, whether you want mean, median, mode, minimum, maximum, whatever, etc. And then what you get is an output, something like this, what we had generated in the last class, right? So for example, we had told SPSS that we want this kind of a descriptive statistics wherein we wanted the minimum, maximum, the mean, standard deviation. You can compute whatever descriptive statistics you want to compute, right? And then what we had done was, by the help of this table, we had identified that where all the numbers were wrong, where all the numbers were such that they were not within the valid range. We all know that the valid range is 0 to 100 because ultimately we are doing analysis on the marks of students. तो फिर हमने क्या किया था, हमने यहाँ से आइडेंटिफाई किया था, जैसे आप अभी भी यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं -66 आ रहा है. So obviously -66 is something which is a wrong data, right? So and then going forward, what we had done was we had selected individual subjects. जिस भी subject में हमारे पास ये wrong data था, हमने find and replace करके we were trying to find where the wrong values were, and then we were trying to replace it with a blank. Typically in SPSS, rather than a blank, you have a cell with a dot, which is as good as a blank cell itself. It means the same thing, right? So I hope all of us have executed their SPSS files still here. Yes or no? Can you all tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Others also, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So I hope now that everybody's Excel sheet is such that there is no number which is out of range. There should be no number which is less than 0, and there should be no number which is greater than 100. So I had also executed this sheet, and to my best ability, I had removed whatever were the wrong data. But let us check one more time by running the descriptive statistics again to find out finally that whether our data is now within the specified range or not. Okay, so let us do that. So how do we run descriptive statistics? We go to analyze, we go to descriptive statistics, and then I click on descriptives. So I get this kind of a dialog box, and then what I do is I select all these subjects here. Okay, so I select all of these and I insert them here, and then I go to options and I can select whatever I want. I want the mean, standard deviation, sum, minimum, maximum, whatever we want, and I'll click on continue. And okay, 1 second. Right, minimum, maximum. I'll click on continue, and okay, I had to put them here. The variables were already selected in the column. Yeah, now it is fine. The variable was already selected. I had just wrongly put it on in the other box. So now all our variables are selected. I simply press on OK, and now I get this kind of a table. Okay, so it seems I have missed out on correcting a few values. One, I have missed in subject number 18. So let me quickly correct subject number 18, 102. Okay, this is subject 18. Just 1 second, there's one thing I want to check. One second, 2021, 2023. Okay. Okay, so let me search for it. 102, and I'm replacing it. So it is here, and I simply click on replace, and now instead of 102, I have a dot, right? Let's see where else is the error coming. Okay, in the next one, we have minus 34. So let me just correct it. This one is minus 34. Replace. This is where it is. I'm again clicking on replace, and it is replaced by a blank box. Okay, so this is done. And we have in this one minus 21. Okay, minus 21, replace. So this has been found, and replace again, close. And then we have one last thing, which is 173. Okay. (173). Replace, and again replace, and now it has been replaced by a dot. Okay, so now I'm good to go. But then again, we all know we have to ensure that minimum and maximum are within the ranges. So I'm just going to run it one more time. I hope we have the right data set now. Descriptives, subjects are already selected. Options, minimum, maximum, standard deviation already is there. Continue. Okay. Okay, right. So 0, 100, this entire thing is 0, and this entire thing is also 100. So now that means we are good to go. We have all our data within the specified range that we had wanted. So now we can proceed to the next step. So now you guys tell me, if you remember from what we had done in Excel, once we have ensured that the data is within the limit or within the range of 0 to 100, and we have also deleted those wrong values, what is the next thing that we do?
Ma'am, we will place the find the average, and we will place the average in that boxes.
Okay, something before that is a step ahead.
मैम आपने कहा था कि उन बच्चों को अलग कर देना है जो जिनका रिजल्ट कम होता है, मतलब उनको बाइफिकेट कर देना है.
Okay, can somebody put it a little more specifically?
मैम आपने कहा था कि 5% रोल लगाते हैं.
के डेटा पे ही करेंगे जिनका डेटा हमारे पास कंप्लीट होगा.
Yes, absolutely correct. Now what we're going to do is we are going to apply the 5% rule, right? So I hope all of you remember what the 5% rule is. It basically says कि अगर किसी भी respondent का मतलब किसी भी student का हमारे पास 5% से ज़्यादा data missing है तो हम उस student को अपने analysis से हटा देंगे. Okay? Another way to understand this is that suppose you go around the college and you distribute questionnaires to all your friends and people of the other section or maybe people of other courses, and you all know sometimes it happens people don't fill the entire questionnaire. So what you do is जब आप घर वापस गए आप सबके responses check कर रहे थे तो आप वो वाले questionnaires हटा देंगे जिनमें 5% से ज्यादा डेटा मिसिंग है, जिनमें लोगों ने 5% से ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस को मिस आउट कर दिया है. Okay, so you need to ensure that you have 95% of the data of the students. You cannot include a person in the analysis जिसका आपके पास डेटा 95% से कम है. You can't include people who have only answered let's say 50% of the question, जिन्होंने let's say 20 में से सिर्फ 10 questions आंसर किए. वो wrong होगा, हमारा analysis complete ही नहीं होगा उससे. So that is the exact same thing that we are trying to do right now. We are now trying to compute that ये जो हमारे सारे students हैं जितने भी हैं हमारे पास 400, 500, अब हम इन सारे students में से ये देखेंगे कि what percentage of data is available for all these students. Okay? So for that purpose, we are going to make a new variable here. Okay? जहां पे हम परसेंटेज कैलकुलेट करेंगे कि इस स्टूडेंट का हमारे पास इतना परसेंटेज डेटा अवेलेबल है. ओके, सो नाउ इन एक्सेल व्हाट डू वी डू इज वी कैन डेवलप द फंक्शन आवरसेल्फ और हम उसको परसेंटेज में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे. बट हम SPSS में यहाँ पे खुद से फंक्शन टाइप नहीं कर सकते. ओके, बट देयर इज अनदर वे टू डू इट. लेट मी टेल यू व्हाट डू वी डू इन इट. You go to transform. Okay, this button that you guys can see on the top, it is called transform. Okay, so you go to this fifth button which is there, transform, and click on compute variable, because here what we are trying to do is we are trying to compute something, we are trying to calculate something, we are trying to calculate that how much data is missing, right? So we click on compute variable because we are trying to compute कि कितना data missing है students का, right? So you all would get a kind of a dialog box like this. Okay, so this is the dialog box that helps us in calculating that what is the variable that we want to compute, हमें क्या चीज calculate करनी है, right? तो अब हम क्या करेंगे, it says target variable. Target variable जो हमारा first box है जो हमें यहाँ पे fill करना है, it is basically the fact that the new column that we are going to make here, हम इस column का क्या नाम देंगे, right? If you all remember when we were doing it in Excel, we gave the name of percentage of data missing or something like percentage of values missing, something like that. Okay, so here also what you can do is you can write any name of your choice. So I will write percentage missing. So I'm going to write percentage missing here. Now, so this is basically the name of the column now. जैसे यहाँ पे subject 21, 22, 23 है, तो अब मेरा जो next column यहाँ पे बनेगा, जहाँ पे मैं ये calculate करूँगी कि missing data कितना है, उसको मैं name करूँगी percentage missing, right? Now, the next thing it is asking me to develop a numeric expression. So what is it asking me to do here? It is asking me to enter something like plus, minus, multiply, divide, into 100, this, that. It's basically telling me to develop a numerical expression which will help me in calculating the percentage of data which is missing. Okay. Now, how do we do that? For this purpose, we already have an inbuilt function in SPSS. It goes by the name of missing values. If you see here, it is called function group. Okay. Function group का क्या advantage है? That we have inbuilt functions. जैसे हमारे Excel में inbuilt functions होते हैं. You remember we have count A, which was something that we used for the purpose of calculating the missing data. In the sim also, So if you scroll here a little bit, you will find something like missing values. This one, okay? It's alphabetical, so you will be able to find it easily. You have a function called missing values, okay? So simply double click on this, okay? Once you double click on missing values, you get these different options in the next box, okay? You get these different options. NMIS. What is NMIS? NMIS is basically number of missing, okay? So NMIS is number of missing. So I'm going to, and you can see here clearly it is written, have system and user missing values. Basically, आप इसको ऐसे पढ़ लो, returns the count of arguments that have missing values. Okay. So guys, I'm going to give you about 2 minutes because I've told a lot of steps right now. If you guys can please just up till here, I want you to go to transform and then compute variable, fill in the target variable yourself, click on missing. I'm giving you about a minute and then we will proceed further. Please do this. I'll just repeat the steps. All you have to go is go to transform, which is right at the top. Transform. You have to click on compute variable, which is the first one. And then you have to write what would you like to call the column. I'd like to call it percentage missing. Okay. Once you write percentage missing, what you have to do is you have to find out from this function group missing values. Okay. Once you click on missing values, you have these different functions which are displayed in the box number 2, the box which is below, and then you click on NMIS. Okay. NMIS. Quickly guys, please tell me once it's done up till here. You can tell me it's done. Class, yes, no, have you been able to do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Class, you have to respond, otherwise I will not know. Yes. Divya, Gitansh, Himanshi, Jyoti.
Yes, ma'am.
Snigdha, done?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, just a second.
Ma'am, 2 minutes.
Class, I hope I am audible now. There was some network error.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me present my screen again. And then we will move ahead. Okay, so I've shared my screen. And what I'll do is I'll just turn off my camera because I'm connected through mobile hotspot. So just to ensure that we have adequate bandwidth. Right. Okay. Let's move back. I was telling you about this, right? So I hope you have been able to do this. You have to click on target variable and you have to insert percentage missing, and you have to click on missing values, and then you click on nmiss. So nmiss clearly tells you यहाँ पे you have the definition as well. So you can find out that whatever function you are clicking on, what is that function performing. So this is a very, very good functionality of SPSS, that you can click on the function, you can get to know that what this function is going to perform, right? So now I'm going to double click on nmiss, right? And you see here nmiss has automatically come here, and there is a question mark within the brackets, right? So what is this question mark? The question mark is basically telling us that what are those variables from which you want SPSS to calculate the missing values. Okay? So this question mark, in place of this question mark, we will have to tell SPSS that which all are the columns from which we want SPSS to calculate that how much are the missing values. So what I'm going to do is I obviously want to find out that from subject 1 till the last subject, how many values are missing. So I will have to add all of these subjects in place of this question mark. How do I do that? Just click on this subject. Once it becomes blue, click on this blue arrow. Okay, so once you click on the blue arrow, the subject comes here. Okay, and then you have to simply press comma, and uske baad you can select subject number 2, and then again comma and subject number 3. Like this, you will have to select all the subjects. Okay, so guys, please do it. We all will do it together. Let us select all the subjects that are there because we want SPSS to calculate that how much of the data is missing. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to put all the subjects here. Subject 4, subject 5, subject 6. Don't forget to put the comma in between each subject, otherwise your result will come out to be wrong. So let us put all the different subjects that are there within the bracket.
क्लास नहीं लगी ना इसमें लगी
नहीं यहाँ पे क्लास नहीं लगी थी बच्चे नहीं आए Okay guys, have you been able to do this? I hope you have added all the subjects.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, others also, please, have you added the subjects?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now what does nmiss do? Nmiss is only calculating ki number kitna hai, ki kitne number of fields are missing. But what we want to compute is the percentage, right? Because we are going to apply the 5% rule. nmiss is simply going to do the counting. तो इसका percentage कैसे calculate करेंगे? हमें पता है हमारे पास 23 subjects हैं, right? So what we'll do is divided by 23, right? divide ka sign is this one. It's this slash, or you can also put it through your keyboard, /23, and all of us know we have to multiply it by 100, right? So multiply and then 100. So all you have to do is, after putting all the subjects within the bracket of NMIS, divide it by 23 and multiply it by 100. So you guys can please compute this. Okay, once this is done, you guys can click on OK. Once you click on OK, let's go back to our data sheet. Right. So once you click on OK, you will see that you have this additional column here by the name of percentage missing. Class, can you tell me, have you been able to get this column of percentage missing?
Yes, ma'am.
Others, have you been able to get this column of percentage missing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So now you can see, like, for example, this first person that we have, for this first person, 4.35% of the data is missing. Okay. For these two, no data is missing. For this person, 8.70 of the data is missing. 4.35% of the data is missing, etc., etc. This person has 65% of the data missing. This person has 91% of the data missing, right? The next thing that we are going to do is, because it is very difficult for us to go over this manually and check कि कौन सा वो student है जिसका 5% से ज़्यादा data missing है. अगर हम एक एक करके ऐसे देखते जाएंगे, we have around 400 students. It's going to be very tough. So what we are going to do is, like we did in Excel, we sorted the percentage column. Yes. In the same way, we are going to sort this column as well, right? So what we are going to do is, we are going to sort this column. Okay. So what you do for the purpose of sorting, just select this column. By taking your cursor here and clicking on percentage data, your column is going to get highlighted in blue, right? So once you click here on percentage missing, your column is going to get highlighted in blue and your column has been selected, okay? Once your column has been selected, you simply do a right click, okay? You do a right click where it is written percentage missing, okay? Once you have done the right click, you have this entire drop down menu which comes with various different options here, okay? In this, what we can do is, we can sort either ascending or descending, whatever you want, but descending is typically easier क्योंकि इससे क्या होगा, जिनका परसेंटेज डेटा ज्यादा मिसिंग है वो वैल्यूज टॉप पे आ जाएंगी. अगर 95% डेटा मिसिंग है, that information is going to come right at the top, right? So what we are going to do is, we are going to select on sort descending, okay? All you have to do is select the column. Once the column becomes blue, it gets highlighted, right click, and then sort descending, okay? Once I do sort descending, my entire data set has been sorted in a descending manner. You can see that this person, the first one, we don't have any data of this person. 100% of the data is missing. So is for the second one. For this third one, 91% of the data is missing. So on and so forth. We have all this information that for which student, how much of the data is missing. Okay. So class, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Please complete it up till here. Please sort your data in descending order. You simply have to select the column, it gets highlighted in blue, and then you have to right click, and then you have to simply click on sort descending. Giving you about a minute. Please do it till here.
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Great. Okay, guys, tell me what do we do after this? Same thing that we did in Excel.
मैम जिनका भी 5% से ज्यादा डाटा नहीं है वो हम डिलीट कर देंगे वैल्यू.
Absolutely correct. So what we are going to do now is, see, इसका 100% data missing है, ये सब delete होगा, 91% वाला सारा delete होगा, right? So where are we going to delete it till? We are going to delete it till here, the last 8.70, because after this, only 4% of the data is missing for the rest of the people, right? So 4% is here, after that 0%. So what we have to do now is, we have to select these rows, right? We have to select these rows till the point where we reach to the last 8.70, which is row number 27, okay? We have to select till row number 27, it will be highlighted in blue, and then we have to do a simple right click and you can click on cut. So what will happen now is all those people whose data is missing of more than 5%, चाहे वो 100% है, चाहे वो 14% है, चाहे वो 8% है, जैसे हमारे केस में the last one is 8%. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to select all these rows and then right click on the left side जहाँ पे row numbers हैं, and then we are simply going to click on cut, right? So now I click on cut, and you can see by scrolling to the right side, we have only those students data whose percentage of missing data is only 4.35 or 0%. Okay? तो अब हमने क्या किया, जो हमारे वो वाले students थे जिनका हमारे पास we did not have complete data or we did not have enough data, we deleted all those students, and now we only have those students whose data is either missing, but the missing part is less than 5%, so it is more or less complete, or we have those students whose data is entirely complete and nothing is missing. Okay, I hope it is clear till now and everybody has deleted those students' information who we don't require anymore. If you have any doubts, you guys can ask me. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Okay, so now you guys tell me that now that I have deleted all those student entries which are not useful to us, what is the next thing that we do? The next step, जो पहले already किसी ने बोल दिया था, but that was a step ahead. What is that thing that we do?
Ma'am, fill the missing values.
Yes, absolutely correct. So now comes the point where we are going to complete our data set. अभी आपको अपने screen पे दिख रहा होगा कि कहीं ना कहीं dot लगा हुआ है कुछ cells में. So the dot signifies that the cells are blank. And all of us know that when we are doing some sort of analysis, we cannot leave the cell blank because the data would be incomplete in that case. So now what we are going to do is we have to fill up those cells. You guys tell me, how do we fill up the cells? Very easy. With what number?
Blank.
Ma'am, average.
Yes, absolutely correct. We fill in the blank spaces with the average or with the mean, right? We do it by the mean or the average of each subject. So अब हम क्या करेंगे? We will find out what is the average of subject number 1, what is the average of subject number 2, subject number 3, so on and so forth. And wherever we have missing values like these, we are going to type in that average, or we are going to type in that mean, or yeah, we are going to type in that mean or average, right? So how do we do that? So you all know by now, I hope, that how to calculate mean. ये अब हम बहुत बार कर चुके हैं. But we need to calculate mean one more time because you already know that we have deleted a few of the students, right? तो अब हो सकता है the mean might be different from what we had calculated earlier. You all know we had already calculated the mean when we were checking the minimum and the maximum. But now, because we have deleted about 27 students from our data set, it might be possible that the mean might have changed now, because we have deleted 27 students from our data set. So again, we would like to calculate the mean, right? So how do I do that? All of you know, go to analyze. We have done this so many times. Go to descriptive statistics and then go to descriptives, right? I have to click on analyze and then descriptive statistics and then again descriptives. Okay? And you all can see already all the subjects are there in the box which says variables. All the subjects have already been inserted, so you don't have to do anything. You simply have to go to options, right? And you simply have to pick on mean. The rest of the things, it's your choice whether you want to find out the standard deviation, whether you want to find out the minimum or the maximum. But at this point of time, we are only interested in the mean. So for clarity's sake, I'm going to uncheck the rest of the boxes, because at this point of time, I am only concerned with the mean. So I'm going to just restrict myself to that calculation. Okay. So I will simply click on mean and then I'll click on continue and then I'll click on OK, right? So now what is going to happen? You're going to get something like this in your output window, okay? So this is going to tell you that what is the mean of the different marks which the students have scored. For example, in subject number 1, the mean marks that have been scored by the students is 49.78. Similarly, in subject number 2, it is 49.94. In subject number 3, it is 52.22, so on and so forth, right? So now we have got the mean of these different subjects. And now you guys very well know what we have to do. We have to pick up each of the mean of the subjects and we have to insert it in the various blank cells. So let us do it for subject number 1. I will demonstrate it to you and then you guys can fill it up for all the other subjects yourselves. Okay. So subject number 1, the mean is 49.78. So let's go back. How do I search for the missing values? In the same way we did find and replace, right? So again, click on the column. Once the column is selected, it will get highlighted in blue. And then what you do is, just a second, I want to see what is the number. The number is 49.78. Okay. So you have to select the column, then click on this binoculars, right? This is the find function. Okay. Click on replace. Okay. So what do you want to find? You want to find a full stop, right? All of us know that in SPSS, rather than a blank cell, we have a dot. Whenever a cell is blank, SPSS automatically puts a dot in it for identification purpose, right? So once we have put the dot, SPSS is going to find all those cells in subject number 1 which have a dot in it, right? And now what we are going to do is, we are going to insert 49.78 in its place. I'm going to write here 49.78. Okay. And I'm going to click on replace. Okay. And aapko clearly yahan pe dikh raha hai, when I click on the replace button once, SPSS shows it to me that where is the cell where the dot is there. And SPSS has showed me using this gray highlight that here is the cell where the dot is placed. I click on replace another time. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Let me just try it with the blank. Okay. So, right. Just 1 second. Right. So what you have to do is, rather than clicking replace, you have to click on replace all. Okay. Let me just show it to you one more time. Okay. So this was our subject number 1. Okay. I selected subject number 1 and I click on this and then I can do replace, right? and SPSS is going to find wherever the dot is there, right? And 49.78 was our average. So you can click on replace all, okay? So what SPSS did was that it replaced 49.78, whatever it was, with 50, because seeing that all the other numbers had no decimal places, तो वो round off कर दिया SPSS ने. इसकी वजह से यहाँ पे 50 आ गया, okay? So for subject 1, we have replaced all those dots with either 49.78 or 50. Guys, is this clear to you how to do the replace? Instead of replace, you have to click on replace all, so that every dot within the column gets replaced by 50 or 49.78, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So guys, please do it for the rest of the subjects as well. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. The procedure remains the same. You have to first select the column, then you have to go on find, then you have to go on replace. Once you go on replace, find की जगह पे just put this dot or this full stop, put the mean of the subject that you have to replace it with, and then simply click on replace all. That's all you have to do. Please do it for all the subjects. Once it is done, please let me know. You guys can tell me it's done. Guys, please let me know once it is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, others also please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, other people done or you need a minute more? Okay, I'm giving you 1 minute more and then we will proceed. Just 1 minute more, quickly please. Okay, so now that you have completed the entire data set and nothing is missing, our data screening exercise in SPSS has been complete. Okay, so now you know that in the data set that you have, there is no value which is either in negative or it is above 100. On top of that, there is no value which is missing or which is blank. On top of that, you also know that only those students' data has been inserted of which we had a sufficient amount of data, right? Which is the 5% rule. So once you have finished with inserting the averages in all these different cells, that is when your data screening exercise has been completed in SPSS, and now your data is good to be utilized. You can use it for whatever further analysis you want to perform, whether it is some sort of graphs or it is some sort of t-test or z-test or hypothesis or whatever etc you want. So this completes our exercise of screening the data. Okay. So guys, do you have any questions? You can ask me. If you have any questions with respect to data screening, you guys can ask me right now, because otherwise I'm going to move on to your test. As you all know that right at the end of every session, we have a very quick and easy MCQ test. It is all practical based. There is no definition or anything that I'm going to ask you. It's entirely practical in nature, okay? And the test that we're going to have today, it has 15 questions, just 15 questions in it. And I'm going to give you about 15 to 20 minutes to complete that. So before beginning the test, if you have any questions, you guys can ask me right now.
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay. Let me just then quickly open it. Okay. I'll just quickly share the link of the test with you. It's very easy, so don't worry about it. I'm going to give you about 15-20 minutes, and once everybody has finished it, then we will wrap up. I would also want you to fill out the feedback form. Feedback form we can fill later, but what is most important right now is the quiz. Okay. So I am going to share the link. Okay, class, I am posting it in the chat box. If you guys can please open it and let me know that whether you guys are able to open the link. If a few of you are able to tell me, link खुल रहा है या नहीं? It's in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am, चल रहा है.
Okay, so all of you please start attempting the quiz. Yeah, you guys can start attempting the quiz very short one. So please do it 20 minutes. Although I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it much more quickly.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, it's
Yes,
asking for
Bachchan.
permission.
Ma'am,
Is it asking for permission from
the permission?
Yeah, that is what I was asking. Yeah, just 1 second, then wait. I just thought there would be some issue. I was just checking. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, class, just give me 1 second. I have to change some settings. So within a minute, I'm going to just join back. Okay, so just give me a second. All of you, please stay in the meeting, and I'll just join back and then give you the link.
Yeah.
Okay, class, I've connected back. So I'm just going to share the link with you. Just a second. Okay, you should have it in your chat box now. If all of you can just check and let me know that whether it is working now.
Yes, ma'am. Now it is working.
Yes. So all of you can please start attempting it. It's very easy and it's very short one. Once your quiz is done, you can please just type done into the chat box.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Guys, please don't leave the meeting because you also have to fill the feedback. So once everyone is filled in the form, it'll just take 2 minutes to fill the feedback form as well. एक बार आप test कर लो, फिर मैं feedback form share करती हूँ. Guys, for those of you who have attempted the quiz, please fill in the feedback form. I'm just sharing the link for that also.
I'm 15 questions है इसमें.
Yeah, there were 15 questions and 3 questions for your name and course and enrollment. But 15 questions which were marked, which had marks on them. Guys, I have also shared the feedback form link in the chat box. Please everybody fill it because for the purpose of getting the certificate and for completing the entire course, you're required to attempt the quiz as well as fill up the feedback form. So it should not happen that you miss out on the certificate just because you don't fill a form or don't attempt the quiz. So attempting it is more important and filling the feedback form is also equally important. So please do both these things. I have only gotten 13 responses for the quiz. The rest of you also, please fill it. Few people are still left for the quiz. I've only gotten 17 responses. Okay. I believe one person is left now. Feedback form and quiz both are equally important. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah, quiz I believe everyone has filled. If anybody's please left.
मैम
Yeah.
मैम मैंने मैम फीडबैक फॉर्म सबमिट किया ना, तो मैम उसके बाद जैसे सबमिट पे क्लिक करने के बाद वेब पेज नॉट अवेलेबल आ रहा है।
अच्छा, एक सेकंड। Let me check if your response has
Done,
been.
ma'am.
Shubham, right?
मैम डन, लीव कर सकते हैं मीटिंग।
हाँ जी, just one last thing, guys. So that is it from my side with respect to data screening. If apart from this, when you yourself practice on the data set or you practice on SPSS or Excel, you have any doubts, you guys can approach me anytime. You can put a message on the group that we have, and I'll be more than happy to solve whatever questions you have. Okay. So if you have no questions, thank you so much for attending the session, and please let me know if you have any questions.
थैंक यू
मैम
मैम।
मेरा शो कर
थैंक यू। हाँ शुभम, मैं एक सेकंड देखती हूँ तुम्हारा। शुभम, आपका रिस्पॉन्स आया नहीं है मेरे पास, तो आप एक बार फिर से पेज रिफ्रेश करके फीडबैक फॉर्म भर दीजिए।
ओके मैम।
Thank you, ma'am.
थैंक यू।
Thank you, ma'am.
थैंक यू बच्चे।
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू। शुभम, अब हो रहा है? शुभम, is the form opening for you now?
मैम अब शो कर रहा है?
हाँ हाँ, आ गया, आपका रिस्पॉन्स आ गया।
ओके मैम।
ओके।
हेलो मैम।
यस बच्चे।
मैम वो मेरी पिछली क्लास में मैं ले नहीं पाया, तो उसमें आपने वो दिया था एमसीक्यू टेस्ट।
नहीं नहीं, एमसीक्यू टेस्ट इसी क्लास में हुआ है, पिछली क्लास में नहीं था।
मैम व्हाट्सएप पे वो मेरा नेटवर्क इशू आ गया था, तो थोड़ा बहुत मेरा रह गया।
तो बच्चे आप क्या कर सकते हो कि ये जो सारी वीडियोस है ना, ये हमने यूट्यूब पे भी अपलोड करे, जो मेम्स का यूट्यूब चैनल है ना, मेम्स दिल्ली इन
मैंने देखा,
हाँ
मैंने देखा था वो जूम पे हो रही होती है ना क्लास, तो हो रही होती है रिकॉर्डिंग उस पे, लेकिन अगर
हमने
गूगल मीट तो नहीं हो रही।
हम गूगल मीट वाली रिकॉर्डिंग्स भी अपलोड कर रहे हैं। एक बार मेरे को चेक करने दो, मैंने आज ही आईटी डिपार्टमेंट के साथ गूगल मीट वाली रिकॉर्डिंग्स भी शेयर करी हैं। लेट मी चेक इफ इट हैज बीन अपलोडेड, 1 सेकंड।
ओके मैम।
ओके, सो आई हैव चेक्ड इट, अभी अपलोड नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन मैंने रिकॉर्डिंग शेयर कर दी है। बाय टुडे इवनिंग ऑल द रिकॉर्डिंग्स ऑफ ऑल द 4 सेशंस दैट आई हैव टेकन, they will be uploaded on the YouTube channel, so you can watch them from there. Apart from that, if you have any doubt, you can ask me, but एक बार आप videos देख लो, then you can come to me. Okay?
ओके, थैंक यू।
Okay बच्चे,
मैम आज आ जाएगी मुझे?
बिल्कुल आज डेफिनेटली आ जाएगी।